been dubbed the chosen one.
LeBron James is the best high school basketball player I have ever seen.
For three for the win. Yes! LeBron James at the buzzer! As the Cavaliers have pulled it out to tie the series at 1.
Of the other speakers on the panel, I know that they haven't had the chance to, meet LeBron and/or interact with him. I've interacted and interviewed and, spent time with LeBron on a couple of occasions, and working in the industry and living and breathing basketball every day. Just trying to give that kind of, aspect as opposed to different than the academic aspect.
He couldn't do wrong. Everything he did on the court, was great. Until the decision, which then put people in two camps. You either hate him now or you love him.
What's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. That was the conclusion you woke up with this morning.
I personally guarantee the Cavaliers will win an NBA championship before the self-titled former King wins one. You could take it to the bank.
At forward, 6'8" from St. Vincent St. Mary High School, number 6, LeBron James.
The whole event is really about, answering one simple question, which is actually a very tough question, which is who is LeBron? And using LeBron as the medium to try and, look at larger scale questions, in sports, in society, in culture, and, looking at it from the perspective of a 25-year-old guy who, plays in the NBA. And so using him to try and answer questions that, we might not be able to answer otherwise.
Oh, I think anytime you can get students together outside of class time to talk about an important topic, I think that's really cool. It looks as though it's a pretty good crowd here.
I think he's already made that decision as to what's important for him. What's important is money. What's important is brand. Good luck to him. This is not, those are decisions that need to be made. But let's not confuse him with something else. Let's recognize it for what it is.
Should I tell you I'm a championship chaser? Did it for the money, rings? Should I be who you want me to be?
For a lot of students, the objective is to finish college, get a job, and to go into the workforce. And I think what's missed sometimes are the broader sort of interactions between the business world, the sport world, culture, and everyday life. So I think what this should lend some insight to is the ability to draw some connections between sort of the global LeBron, the business icon, and sort of everyday interactions, whether it's along racial lines, whether it's class lines, whether it's gender lines, whether it's the role of sport. All those things have a lot of relevance for people who are college-age kids. So yeah, it's an important thing for them to see.
LeBron's probably one of the most scrutinized athletes, right now, probably next to Tiger Woods. So it's definitely going to be interesting to hear about, what everybody has to say about them and how they view him.
It should be interesting to see what we learn and we're able to analyze about LeBron James.
The overall context is, and we've kind of seen it in some of the discussion already, is he is a brand. That is what he is. He is a brand. His value comes from the value of him as a brand. And this last summer, there was a disastrous handling of that brand.
Rarely do you have someone in that position who could start to say things, who could start to use that space. When you're retweeting racial slurs, or when you're saying that, yeah, I think race has something to do with belief and dislike, I think that can't entirely be for the benefit of your brand. Part of that is genuine in saying, I'm putting it out there. And if you don't like me, you don't like me, but I'm still LeBron James.
So LeBron, he started his own, so after coming to the league, fired his agent, hired his boys, 3 of them, they started this place called LRMR Marketing.
Once I had that security, finally, with friends, I automatically these are the guys I'm going to be with.
LeBron gets drafted in as the savior. We're talking about some of the terminology Christian said before this, this Venetian room. from when he was in high school, King James. He has the chosen one tattooed on his back. So coming in, he is the savior. He is the one, he's from Akron, short trip over to Cleveland, he's going to resurrect his franchise. And he did. He did everything short of winning a championship.
Actually, I think I actually think he's blown his chance. I think if he had stayed in Cleveland in a small market team and had taken them to a championship, his stature would have been it would have been beyond just the championship. And even if he wins championships in Miami, it's going to be a totally different kind. It's going to be a different meaning to it.
He can do whatever he wants to do. It's not like he was tied down to Cleveland. He wasn't constrained to just that city, even though he helped them so much. I feel that he's a free agent just like anybody else. He can go anywhere he wanted.
Look, we have all these black millionaires. We have Bill Cosby. We have all these rap stars. Anyone can make it. I think that idea, the notion that anyone can make it, is a false idea. Not anyone can make it. That is not the nature of capitalism. Capitalism is about structures that will keep people in place. And the nature of these spectacles is in fact to hide us, is to prevent us from asking those questions.
You need a team to raise the question about what is happening in this society, because black people have traditionally been the worst sufferers, but now that it's expanding, when they talk about the middle class, they're talking about white people. You are becoming expendable too, and you better understand that fact, whether or not you can make a jump shot.
We knew that before we could really get to who LeBron was, we saw that he was kind of a product of his environment, as we all are. We all are influenced by where we grew up and how much money we had, or different things that how society affects us. And LeBron's no different. So we did expect it to a certain extent that it would be about the broader social issues and other influences. So it is something that we kind of expected and thought it would move in that direction. Maybe not to the full extent that it did, but it was good. It was enlightening, and I hope we changed a lot of people's perspectives and opened people's eyes.
I hope that you will all leave with a greater understanding of, well, it doesn't matter what your understanding of LeBron is. I hope you leave with a better understanding of your own self and how you can proceed.